chapter 12. We have the raising of Lazarus, and it seems that this is the final miracle that Jesus does in this gospel. He has just raised Lazarus from the dead. It's a very dramatic fashion. He was in the tomb for 4 days, and his friends came to Jesus and said, "Hey, he's been in the tomb for 4 days. If you do nothing, people are going to think that you don't really care about him." So they're kind of like complaining to Jesus, and then Jesus tells them, "Stop whining. Come on, let's go see him." So they go out and they roll away the stone, and Jesus weeps. Okay, why does Jesus weep? He knows that his friend is going to die. He knows that he's going to raise him from the dead. Why does he weep? Well, I think this is one of those passages that shows us that Jesus has emotions. He has real emotions. It says that he was deeply moved, or, as another translation says, he was deeply grieved. And it says that because of the death of his friend Lazarus, so Jesus has emotions. He gets sad, he gets happy, he gets angry. We see all of these different emotions throughout the Gospels. But here we see that he is deeply moved by the death of Lazarus. But it says that after he had said this, he called out in a loud voice, "Lazarus, come out." And the man who had died came out. Okay. Now, what's interesting about this passage is that you might think that the people who were there would have been shocked to see Lazarus come out of the tomb. But it says that they took the body of Lazarus, the one who had died and was wrapped in the burial cloths, and they went to Jerusalem to tell the Jews, to tell the Pharisees and the Sadducees what had happened. And instead of coming to Jesus, they go and tell the religious leaders, who will not believe them until Lazarus himself testifies. Can you imagine how absurd this is? Like you go and tell the religious leaders and they don't believe you? They say, "We need more proof. We need Lazarus to testify." So they send for Lazarus, and they ask him, "Did you really see Jesus, and did he really raise you from the dead?" And Lazarus testifies, "Yes, he did." And then the passage says that many of the Jews believed in Jesus after they heard this testimony. Okay, so why don't the religious leaders believe? Why don't they accept this miracle as proof that Jesus is the Messiah? Well, it says that the Pharisees had gathered together a council, right? They were plotting how they were going to kill Jesus, and so they had this meeting. This is probably the Sanhedrin, the 71-member council made up of Pharisees and Sadducees. And they say, "What are we going to do about Jesus? He's causing a lot of problems. People believe he is the Messiah, and we don't like that." So they plot to kill him. So the religious leaders were plotting to kill Jesus. But Jesus knew what was going on, so he escaped from them, and he went into the wilderness. So is this the last miracle that Jesus does in this gospel? Well, we'll find out tomorrow. As we continue our journey through the Gospel of John, this is your host. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.